Hello Libra and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for the 1st of July through to the 15th, and we are in Cancer season. My goodness, that card just came out. The image I got for you, Libra, was you were doing like the Viennese waltz. It's that one that you spin round and around and around and around, going around the room. And it was like this sense of exhilaration at being free and doing something really expressive and free. We've got 9 of Shells, gratitude and fulfillment. So I think it's a really important time this fortnight to do something that really fulfills you. And I kind of get, there's the gratitude for it, but it's like you're doing it with somebody else as well, perhaps for some of you, because it feels like somebody might invite you somewhere, or this might be a gift, something that you're going to be like, I'm so glad that you've done that for me or invited me to that, or at least I'm so glad I did that. So if this is just you without another person. We've got Pentacle 3, Venus, Capricorn. You're going to feel really valued. It's going to be one of those things that was like, maybe I do really like dancing. It doesn't have to necessarily be dancing, but it's like you're trying something that is setting your soul free, setting your soul alight. And it's this sense of even the dancing, the whirling, it's your mind is kind of, this can be some ideas that are whirling around your head, or somebody that's whirling around your head. So the Pentacle 3 Venus Capricorn represents something of value that you want to build upon in your life, which is really nice. And we've got Sword 6 Mercury Aquarius. Okay, so this is the card of making a big move. The card of moving on from an old energy where there's been conflict, and the card of travel as well, Sword 6 Mercury Aquarius. It's finding the peace within a situation and moving on, however that represents or whatever that represents in your life. So you're finding something to fill, I guess, a hole. It's not a hole, but it's like a space that was filled with conflict, or something you weren't sure about. You're now going, right, I'm finding something more fulfilling for me. So interesting we speak of that, as that came out of the situation was the 5 of Swords. So that's kind of the conflict that you're moving on from, quite literally moving on to the 6 of Swords. So Libra, this is a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all 3 of your placements if you know where they are, because they give the fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is a general reading. Libra, just take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading, and the link for that will be in the description box below. Okay, so my goodness, a big transformation coming in. So this may seem like, you're doing the dance, ballroom dancing kind of thing. It's just a symbolic image of you doing something fun that's fulfilling. But it may feel like something kind of pretty surface, but there's something deeper going on here. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. I think I've got everything upside down, so I'm going to actually, let me see what's going on here. The 9 of Pentacles, I'm just seeing if I feel like this 6 of Pentacles, it could be either or. Is it upside, is it reversed or not? I think I'm going to read it both is what I'm getting for that. The Strength card, the High Priestess, you're turning up in the near future with the Justice card. Here's that 3 of Pentacles again. That's a really important energy to come in, doing something and potentially doing something with somebody else that is of value to you. So, yeah, fantastic. It's a really nice energy. And I want to pull one more card, if I can get all these in a nice position for you. Ooh, the Emperor. Okay, very nice. And we've got the Ace of Swords. I love it. Doing something new, having a great idea and just doing it. Like, I've got this idea, going to try it, do it. It's something new. For some of you, the Ace of Swords and the Justice card, this is new contracts coming in. So this is good because you're moving on from these 2 5s, and 5s represent conflicts that you're wanting to move on from. That's why it's good that we've got the 6 of Swords, which is moving on from a conflict, finding peace, finding a place where you're feeling so much happier. So this could be quite literally like I said, it's the card of moving on or traveling. This could be literal travel, literal movement, like physical travel or movement, or it could be metaphorical, as in you're moving over some ideas, you're moving over some memories, you're moving beyond, you're moving, even philosophies, you're kind of moving beyond. So, yeah, moving on from a person, perhaps even. But we've got the 5 of Swords, which is This is a situation, there's been some sort of fallout or some sort of conflict. The Five of Swords comes in when you're just kind of not resonating with people. It is the card around communication, so there could have been a fight. There's some sort of words have been said and there's now the consequences and you're like, ugh. And it can also be when just sometimes if you're in a group dynamic, a situation that just isn't you and everything that everybody is saying is kind of like it grates on you or it just affects you negatively and you're just listening to it going, oh. So that can come in with the Five of Swords as well. There's just conflict within a group in particular. A lot to do with your work here. So I do feel like this is potentially something to do with your work situation, whatever it is that you're working on. But we'll move on. We've got the cross by the Five of Pentacles. So part of the conflict may be, the Five of Pentacles is where something no longer resonates, where you don't value something anymore or you're not feeling valued. And this can represent, a situation in your life. And so this is part of what's blocking you and what's causing this conflict because it's like, so that's why the things that this person said or are said within this situation are really starting to kind of irritate you. But yeah, this can also be conflicts around money, like worries about lack, not having enough income or whatever it is that you feel like there's lacking in your life. So that can come in with it as well. In your conscious mind, you've got the Four of Wands, which is the 1111. It's like a soul mastering connection in relationships that are coming through here, especially ones that are looking at like the foundations of what it is that you really want, what makes you happy in your life, what makes your heart sing. So that's something in your conscious mind you're thinking, well, there's things that are obviously not making you happy here with the Five of Swords and Five of Pentacles, by the fact that you are conflicted, very conflicted. The two fives up against each other is more of an internal conflict, but it is being mirrored in external circumstances. So the Five of Wands, the Four of Wands, is it a four or a five? Get it right. Four of Wands. Okay, so this is happy home, happy heart kind of energy. Home can represent you quite literally your living situation, or it could be your sense of self-identity. So this is something I think you're wanting to bring in, or you're conscious of wanting to, maybe if there is conflict around that area, wanting to rebalance it. At the base, you've got the Death card. So this is a big transformation about the doing the things that you like, that bring you fulfillment, things that you really want, that you hold dear and are valuable to you. It could quite literally be about your values and your possessions and how much money you're earning. But it can also be around a person as well and how you are made to feel that way. So the Death card represents a sense of it's just like clearing out a whole heap of debris. It's a big transition, a big change that's coming in here. It can bring transformation as well, which is good because, you've got this cross right in front of you and it's like, boom, it's a tricky one, that two fives crossing each other. In the recent past, we've got the Six of Pentacles. This is the one that was kind of, we didn't know whether it was upside down or reversed or not. I think it's a bit of both. And the sixes always represent the need for harmony or more harmony coming in. So the Six of Pentacles could be that, again, it could be arguments about money. Somebody's getting a little bit of extra money and maybe there's fights of somebody earning more money. It can be that sort of stuff that comes through. It really is saying that something potentially has been out of balance on the material resource front, and there's the need to rebalance coming in. So if you're in a relationship, it might be who's paying all the bills or sort of things like that. It doesn't have to necessarily be that, because it can also be you're thinking, what do I want to invest in? So this is the card of investments as well. So what or who or what energy do I want to invest my time, effort and money into? And this might also be that you're thinking, I wish somebody would want to invest that time, effort and energy into me as well. So, yeah, I just feel like it's like, the Six of Pentacles wants more. It wants to rebalance something around those material resources. And, we've got the two cards. We've got this, which is kind of more of it can be about a petty issue, or not petty, but it can be something that it feels more like just in your immediate environment. But then we've got the bigger issue here coming in with Justice, which is you. This is you in the major arcana. This is your card, Libra. And we can see the scales in both of these cards coming through, wanting to bring in change. But the Justice is more of an official energy. It's more looking at contracts, looking at legalities, looking at taking an impartial view and looking at the fairness. So it's kind of like a bigger energy and just taking a step back and going, has that been really fair? Is that the thing that is really the best thing for me? So the Justice card, you're looking at contracts in your life quite literally, and that is soul contracts, legal contracts, any kind of agreements, things that you verbally agreed to. So it can be all sorts of contracts, but there's the need for balance to be restored. You're presenting as the Nine of Pentacles. So this is pretty independent energy. It's actually, a lot of gratitude coming in because it's a grateful energy of what you're seeing in front of you as well. Like it's feeling pretty, it can be independent, doing things on your own terms, being fairly self-sufficient, or at least wanting to bring that in. It can represent having more money. A little bit of extra money could have come in recently with the Six of Pentacles and this Nine of Pentacles for some of you. So it's a little bit like, I might have a little bit of extra money I could spend on something nice. So it's feeling like you've got a bit of extra or just in a spending mood. You've either got extra or you're wanting to spend money. But the Nine of Pentacles is very much, like I said, it's doing things on your own terms. So the energy surrounding you, and for some of you who are single, the Nine of Pentacles is like, I'm happy to be single. I'm happy to be in my own skin. The energy surrounding you, we've got the Strength card. So this is where I feel like you have been a little bit tested with this situation. It feels like it's more of an interpersonal conflict where like something's been a little bit out of balance, or just in terms of in general in your life. But it is requiring some people to put aside their pride, put aside their ego, and to be able to kind of move on from a situation. So it is requiring a little bit of courage, a little bit of bravery, and it has perhaps required a little bit of resilience to deal with all of this. But your hopes and fears, you've got the High Priestess, which is a sense of, interesting, because for those of you that are single, this is where you're wanting to be somebody's number one. This is where you're wanting to bring that in. And the Nine of Pentacles is, I'm happy in my own skin, but I also want to feel like I'm really special to somebody. And it doesn't have to you don't even have to be single to feel like that. I'm sure we all feel like we want to feel special. The High Priestess is also trusting your intuition, trusting your gut instinct, because if something's not feeling or sounding right, the things that you're hearing and the way that you're feeling is feeling pretty like conflicted, and something's not resonating, it's not landing well with you, or you're not feeling particularly valued, trust your intuition with that, because it's kind of showing you something that you want to land on, which is very valuable, which is what we've got here, the Three of Pentacles and the Emperor. So this is like the Emperor energy is like a real boss energy coming in. So this is either you bossing up or you're dealing with like boss type energies. This is the boss and this is the group doing the work, the collaboration and the productivity. It's all starting to work together, and it's working and making something very beautiful. They're making their masters craftsmen, this very skilled artisans who are making this beautiful cathedral. It's a work, something that takes a long time to attain this kind of mastery. And that's what we kind of see with the 1111 as well, like something you want to do that that you want to master in a way. And it's like the Viennese waltz. It's like, it's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, and to do well, like to look like you're gracefully, easily gliding around a room. It takes a lot of practice. And that's kind of where we're seeing here, is that this is where there's potentially some really good results coming in, that you're being noticed. Somebody's noticing your skills, your abilities, somebody's noticing your value here. And so this is where it could precipitate a new contract of sorts coming through here, which is really fantastic. So in terms of the financial and job front, this is the really good news if you're looking for a new job or looking for a pay rise or looking for something that's like leveling up or looking for some kind of recognition in what it is that you're doing. This is really great news coming in around that. And yeah, I mean, this might be a powerful energy, something that you're thinking, I want to be the master of that. I want to make this really successful. So maybe you've tried something new and gone, I really like that. I really like this Viennese waltz. And yeah, maybe I've only tried, only tried it a few times, or this is the first time I've done it, but I want to be really good at it. So you're mastering a skill. But this Ace of Swords, it's the art, it's the gift of clarity. It's the gift of a really great idea. It's the gift of a good thought coming through. So whatever this is that you're thinking that you want to do here, because with the Sword 6, this might be quite literally that you're thinking, right, I want to move, I want to make this big move in my life. They're saying this is a good idea. So the Ace of Swords can represent cutting ties with the past and with past conflicts and being able to move on, which is really great, into something that feels more productive and collaborative. You're happy with the people that you're kind of working with. You're happy with what's being made and created in your life, and you're feeling more productive and you're feeling kind of more successful. So the Ace of Swords can represent new contracts as well. So underneath the Justice energy, there's definitely some sort of new contract or negotiation of contract or something really good coming in with a contract. So that feels really good for you, Libra. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a really successful energy. This little conflict here, it may feel like something innocuous or just kind of like annoying, like a little fly buzzing around in your life. And it's like that, you know, the annoying workmate, somebody who's just kind of irritating you. But listen to it, because that buzzing energy is giving you a message around where you can move on, what you can move on from, and where you can bring in this transformation in your life. That flipped over and I don't know which one it was. So yeah, value. I mean, whatever it is that you're building of value, this could be something around the home. It can be a relationship. It can be your own self-worth. It can be your career. It can be so many different things. This one says, I open new doors to life. It feels like there's a very successful and new door opening that you're going to value here. I rejoice in what I have, and I know that fresh new experiences are always ahead. I greet the new with open arms. I trust life to be wonderful. So that's great. That's really great. And I do feel like you're having discussions with somebody in authority around how you're working and around the value that you're perceiving in a situation. So let's pull a charm. My squeaky old chair. Let's get a charm coming in for you, Libra. Oh, we've got the star. Okay. I like this because this comes in when there's going to be potentially some kind of recognition. It's like the star in lights. It reminds me a little bit of like a dressing room of a star, or, you know, how Hollywood lights kind of thing. So it's like your name up in lights. You're the star. You're shining brightly. And the fact it's got the little lights around it. The other thing around it is that stars can represent how you're feeling on the inside, internal happiness, internal contentedness. So it's a sense that there might be a little warm glow. You're feeling really happy and fulfilled, very grateful with something that's coming in, which is really nice. And yeah, it's a beautiful energy to come through, feeling recognized. So yeah, it's lovely. I think that there's some very good, a good shift and change that occurs this week, which is actually really lovely. So I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, Libra, where we're going to see what's coming in. For those of you, like, there's a new contract. So if this is a new relationship, or if it's a new job or a new home, something new that's coming through, let's see where it's going, because it feels like a pretty good start here that's coming through with this. There's a lot of good things happening here, and it may be an opportunity to kind of increase your skill levels or show off your skills in some way, showcase them. So we're going to look into the near future and the future beyond, and look further into the future and see where this is all going, what energy is coming in, who else is coming in, what sort of opportunities does this bring. And we're going to ask any clarifiers or any other more intuitive messages that you need to hear. The High Priestess is there, so she usually brings those messages in. And also, like, this feels like such a good opportunity for you, Libra. We're going to look at how to manage this energy, like the best way to work with it, because energy is all potential. It's all vibration. So some people can work with it and get the higher potentials of it. And this is a very successful energy coming in here. So we're going to pull some cards about how to work with this, the things that you can do, that where you can get the optimum results of what this energy is at this moment in time. So that's all in the extended reading. Would love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below, and I usually pin the link to the comments as well. And if this is where we're living each other, Libra, please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment, and look forward to seeing you next time.